Okay, let's talk about minimalistic plein air setup. If you paint outside, or you're thinking about painting outside, but the idea of having a lot of gear to carry around is a bit overwhelming, you're kind of right in thinking so. It is hard to go outside with a lot of kit to carry around. You can have just 20, 30, 40 pounds of stuff. I've seen people do this, and I really don't know how they do it. So I've tried to come up with some different ways to make it a little easier. This is the painting that I had shared just recently, and this was the board that I was working with outside, and I had my setup on this board. And I will tell you that this sketchbook is large, it is heavy, and I did struggle with this outside. Even with me, resting the board against my hip, it just starts to get so heavy. So I have gone down from this to a smaller board, and I want to share with you what that looks like. Just using just a standard clipboard. It comes in handy. These are inexpensive too. You can just get these at Walmart. But I use the clip to actually fasten a towel onto it. So that's just hanging there nice and tightly, securely. So I don't have to worry about that. And then I actually use the back side to tape down a sheet of paper, a small sheet. This is like a 6x9 sheet. I am using watercolor. This is my palette. It's plastic, it's lightweight. They come in different sizes. You can get them even smaller if you prefer, but this one works pretty well for me. I can attach it on this side of the board or this, whichever you prefer. But I do use one of these large clips. They're a real tight clip with a large jaw shape, so that if you do have a thick palette, it's sure to reach around and grab exactly what you need there. For water, now everybody has seen these types of things. You've got these little water containers. This is meant for plein air. That's pretty big, and it's like, where am I going to put this? This is another plein air water bag. This is also quite large, and then you can imagine once it's full of water, that can weigh about 5 pounds. Things can get really heavy pretty quickly. So I have adopted these. These are solvent cups. So for you oil painters, you'll recognize these for keeping your turpentine in and that type of thing. But they work out great as a water container. They come with little caps, and I usually just take those off. I don't even take them with me. They come in plastic, but the plastic ones that I have found they don't hold as much water. So it's up to you, whichever. These are stainless, and it has this nice little clip, so it just goes right onto your board, and there's your whole setup right there. That's it. Then I use as few brushes as I possibly can, even in the studio, but especially for outside. This is pretty much all I'm going to take with me. So I can put my hand up under this and hold it almost like a serving tray. And because it's so light, I can really just sit and hold this for probably 10 or 15 minutes before I might need to give my arm a break. If I have the opportunity to sit down on a park bench, or maybe there's a boulder or something like that, then you're going to be able to just place this whole kit right on your lap, and you've got your whole studio right there. So it's a really nice setup. If you're the type of person who likes to work in a sketchbook instead of taping your paper down, the setup is pretty much the same. I will have, for instance, a smaller sketchbook that I paint in. This one's already got some things going. I didn't tape off the other pages, but I did tape these off. I like having that white border. But instead of having the taped paper, all you would have to do differently is just put your sketchbook down on the board, just as you did the other, and then using one of these. This is like I think a 2.5 inch bulldog clip. Again, this is like an office supply, but they do have a really strong grip, so you can just put it on your board and just reach up there and just hold it, and it'll just really grab grab your book and hold it still, the same technique of putting your hand under, you still have access to your towel. Your water's here, your brushes are here. Everything works out pretty well. It's a very lightweight, easy kit to move, and since it's all connected, I like this. You know, if you've been outside painting, maybe you're on a trail and all of a sudden a group of people come through and you kind of need to just grab all your stuff and get out of the way, then you're already there. You can just stand up and just get everything out of the way. There's no chairs and easels and all that stuff to pick up. Lastly, I want to show you the smallest kit. I'm not even going to use a palette. You're not going to have water cups. You're not going to have a clipboard or a towel. This is for those sketchbooks, those of you that like to work with a sketchbook and really stay on the go. This is a perfect way to do it. I've used this little box right here. You may recognize this. This is one of those little boxes that you put an SD card in, okay? Any kind of little small box, a little pill box, or an Altoid, one of those little miniature Altoid tins, you know, anything like that that's just really super small. And then what I do is I just hold it to the edge of my sketchbook, and then still using a bulldog clip, I will just come over here and just grab it like that. And so there is my two colors. I am going very minimalistic even with my color. If I'm going to work this small, this is because I'm trying to work quickly and efficiently. I just need two complementary colors that are going to give me nice gray values so that I can sketch quickly. This is so that I can work quickly and move on to the next thing. And then I'm just using my standard inexpensive technical pencil to draw with, and when I'm done with that, I can actually just stick it in the little slot there. And then for all of my painting and the water combined, I'm using one of these really great Pentel pens. I use the one that has this is a fine tip, so they come in different sizes, and it all is based on your style and what you like. But you know, the water, if you can see the water bubble there, it's inside the handle, so I can just come over here and I've got this little area to work with and to mix and to get my grays or whatever combination of these two colors that I want to come in here and add values to my sketches. This is a really great setup, especially for architectural renderings, because you're usually going to stand there for a long time because you've got to pay attention a little bit more. You've got more observational work to do. This maybe weighs 4 ounces, the whole thing, and this is your entire kit right here. And that's definitely small and can even fit into the pocket of your jacket. Let me hear back from you. Let me know if any of this was helpful information. Maybe you've got your own ideas that you use for making things really minimalistic outside. Just comment below. I would like to hear about it, and I will see you guys next time.